name is Taryn Wade. I'm completing my leadership book review assignment for the University of Texas at Arlington College of Nursing. This is for Nursing 5343, Leadership and Complex Health Systems. The book I chose is The 21 Indispensable Qualities of a Leader, Becoming the Person Others Will Want to Follow, written by John C. Maxwell. Give you a little bit of information about the author. John C. Maxwell is a well-known author, speaker, and pastor who strives to impact the world and change lives. He has written over 100 different books that have been translated into 50 different languages. He was named the #1 leadership expert by Inc. magazine in 2014. He travels all over the world teaching Fortune 500 companies, university staff and students, church members, and community leaders. His organization has trained over 2 million different leaders throughout the years. About the book. This book is broken up into 21 different chapters. Each chapter discusses a different leadership quality. So character, courage, focus, generosity, passion, relationship, servanthood, and so on are all mentioned throughout the book. Each chapter starts off with 2 quotes about that leadership quality, and then it begins with an inspirational story of a leader who has exemplified that quality. There are 3 main sections to each chapter of the book. The first section is called Fleshing It Out. This section explains the quality and then how to embrace that quality. The second section of each chapter is Reflecting on It. This makes you consider whether or not you have that quality, and then discusses ways in which you can develop it. The third part of each chapter is called Bringing It Home. This discusses how to improve the quality, and then it kind of summarizes that leadership quality as a whole. And then each chapter ends with an uplifting quote or advice from a well-known leader. The purpose of this book is to develop leaders from the inside out. Maxwell mentions that several times throughout the book. It describes why leaders are effective because of their individual personalities. It explains how true commitment inspires and attracts people. It demonstrates how to start and continue personal growth. It helps readers recognize, develop, and refine effective leadership skills. And it explains the difference between understanding leadership and then actually being a good leader. The target audience for this book is any leader who wants to improve or inspire others. It's appropriate for new leaders or current leaders who are looking to refresh their leadership skills. Any leaders at all levels of any organization could benefit from this book. The strengths of the book: it's easy to follow and comprehend. It is encouraging and self-motivating. It highlights characteristics of past and current leaders. This book just talks about Ronald Reagan, Michelangelo, Oprah Winfrey, and so on. It provides a little bit of statistical data about leadership, and then it's interesting. It discusses real-life examples that people are able to relate to. The shortcomings of the book: it's very similar to other books that Maxwell has written, so if you've read one of his other books, you're likely to see several similarities between this book and his other books. It only briefly covers each characteristic, doesn't really go into depth at all. Readers must self-reflect in order for this book to be effective. Maxwell suggests readers read this book over the course of several weeks. He suggests that you sit down, read a chapter, take the time to self-reflect and kind of work on that one quality, and then move on to the next chapter. So it can't be read in a short amount of time. It's not suggested anyway. And then the same characteristics and examples, some of these examples that he talked about were difficult to relate to as far as the healthcare setting is concerned. I do believe that John C. Maxwell met the objectives that he meant for this book. Leaders will continually develop over time. It's a process, and each characteristic has a practical implication. Would I recommend this book, and to who? Absolutely. I would definitely recommend this book to anybody. This book is appropriate for anyone who is motivated, focused, and driven. They'll benefit from reading this book. Any future nurse leaders who want to kind of jumpstart their careers would benefit from this book. Current leaders who are just kind of wanting to stay up to date, get a little refresher on leadership qualities would benefit. Anyone who mentors, orients, trains new hires or students would benefit from this book, and then any leader who simply needs a little bit of motivating in their careers would benefit from this book. These are the references that I used for this PowerPoint. I enjoyed this book. I think that I will go back and reflect on it several times throughout my future career, and I would definitely suggest it to any leader. Thanks.